Okay, now as we go on to see, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of group these. This becomes a really big multiplication out because we have to take each value of from here and multiply it by each value of this part over here. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to say this is the same as having x squared multiplied by x to the fourth plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 4 minus 4x times x to the 4 plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 4 plus 7 times x to the 4 plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. So that's a pretty big number here that we're going to have to work through. So we're going to just have to take it a little bit at a time. So all we have to do now is multiply this part out. So x squared times x to the 4, we get to add our exponents together. So that's going to be x to the 6 plus 2x squared times x squared is going to be 2x to the 4 minus 5x to the 3 plus 4x squared. Subtracted from 4x to the 5 minus 8x to the 3 plus 20x squared minus 16x. Just note in this particular one how that negative made all my signs here kind of flip-flop. That's going to be plus 7x to the 4 plus 14x squared minus 35x plus 28. Now again, I need to look for like terms. I only see 1x to the 6th, so we'll start with that. So my final answer is going to be x to the 6th. Now let's look for how many x to the 4s we have. We got 1x to the 4. Oh, next one's actually x to the 5, so let's do the x to the 5. Plus minus 4x to the 5. Now, our x to the 4s, we have 1x to the 4, we have another x to the 4 here, so we'll take them, so plus 2x to the 4 plus 7x to the 4. Now we'll take a look at our x to the 3s, so minus 5x to the 3 minus 8x to the 3, and that's the only other ones for those. So now we take a look at plus 4x squared plus 20x squared plus 14x squared minus 16x minus 35x plus 28. So you can see how I just knocked each of these out as I went along. So now all I have to do is combine them all, and I should have my final answer. So now I'm going to have x to the 6th minus 4x to the 5 plus 9x to the 4. So two of those minus 13x to the 3 plus 38x squared minus 51x plus 28, and that is going to be our final answer for this particular question. This one takes a little bit of time. as long as you take your time as you're going through it, you shouldn't work out to have any troubles at all. So now, as we take a look at D, D is going to work the same way. You notice that it's again a really big, a lot of variables in there, but we're going to approach the exact same way as we did last time. So that's going to be 3x to the 5 times 2xy minus y plus 3x to the 6th minus 8x to the 4th yz minus 2xy minus y plus 3x to the 6th minus 8x to the 4 yz plus 7y to the 4 2xy minus y plus 3x to the 6th minus 8x minus 8x to the 4yz. So it's actually tricky getting this all to fit on a page. So now I do the same thing I did last time. I just simply multiply it out. So this becomes 6x to the 6th y minus 3x to the 5y plus 9x to the 11 minus 24x to the 9yz minus 2xy gives me 4x squared y squared minus plus 2xy squared minus 6x to the 7y minus 16. Actually, it's going to be plus 16 x to the 5 y z plus 14 14x y to the 5th minus 7 y to the 5th plus 21 x to the 6th y to the 4th minus 7 eighths. Oh, my math is starting to fail me now. 64. That's not right. 56. 56 x to the 4 y to the 5 z. Now, that's really clumsy number to work with, but we end up with 6x to the 6 y. And now we got to start looking for our like terms in all of this big mess. So let's see what we got. X to the 5. What other x to the 5s do we have? We got an x to the 5 here. X to the 5 y z. It's just x to the 5 y. Let's see if we got any other ones that we can combine. Z 7x. And you know what, guys? That, I believe, is actually the best you can break this thing down into, because I'm not seeing anywhere where I'm able to do my my grouping. So um, it's possible that there might be one that I'm not seeing because my penmanship kind of got a little rough at the end. But you get the basic idea how to go about breaking down through these. So I think at this point you should be good to go. Alright guys, let's see you in number 7.